Back in the Monster Factory, doing a little live.
Oh, let me
Oh,
turn on
gotta get her lights, gotta look young.
Oh.
Oh, crap. I'm so much younger now. Hey guys, appreciate you guys getting on this Sunday afternoon. Oh yeah, you're the introduction person. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it takes the stream actually a few seconds to pick up. I mean, you see, it's not even like on
Oh, so nobody
my
can see this?
computer yet.
Is that what you?
Yeah. Michael, what is the date for your match in January? I believe it is.
Well,
said.
I just spoke
Hello
with
from
Ingen.
Canada.
I
Sean
should
Defoe.
find out.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh.
I'm just reading some questions. You
Dang,
don't got to
sorry,
answer just
man.
yet. Hang on just a second. My computer is buffering. I hope that means
There
we're
you
not.
go.
There we
Here we
are.
are.
There we are.
We can see ourselves.
So, guys, welcome to the live stream. There is so much to chat about. Okay, by the way, the
Camera's over there?
Yes, over there. There is so much to chat about. So much happened this past week.
Crazy
actually.
amount of stuff.
Right. So we're going to get into that. So we're going to talk about. I just lost my list. I was like, okay, let me handle the intro, and then my phone times out. So on this live, guys, we're going to talk about the matches that have just happened. Of course, the Bowen versus Lachlan, Linn versus Brzenk. Wow, right?
We can't wait that other stuff yet, can we?
But we also have to talk about upcoming matches.
Upcoming matches that are kind of crazy.
Yeah, so if you're on this live stream, go ahead and smash that like, okay? Smash that like and drop down in the comments, are you new to arm wrestling? If so, what brought you in? And I don't want to just know a name like Devon. I want to know specifically what got you started following arm wrestling. And if you're not new, how long have you been pulling? And, you know, Travis is so wrong. He's like, there are no fans of arm wrestling. Yeah, there are.
No, there's just no fans of Travis.
Right. So, yeah, there are fans of arm wrestling. You don't have to be on the table and pull to actually be a huge supporter of the sport. Thank God, because here I am. I'm not pulling. Right?
Maybe you pulled a bunch.
Yeah, but anyways, we want there to be a lot of fans.
Dude,
right?
that's what's going to grow the sport. The more people, how many people actually fight in the UFC?
Right.
Or MMA? But there's a lot of fans of those people. So,
Yeah. So
and the same thing about football. I'm a world's worst critic about the guys on the couch talking about how they would have done it better. When a guy messes something, does something. But if you didn't have those fans, football wouldn't be that big a deal to watch.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to get into that. But the upcoming matches, I'm so excited about and a little bit confused, right?
There's some crazy stuff.
So let me see.
9Line Apparel, awesome guys. Go check out 9Line Apparel. They are an amazing supporter of us. They do awesome things, veteran-owned, building homes for homeless veterans, getting them back into society. 9lineapparel.com/ or actually Monster20 is your code, whatever.
All right. So, anyways, drop down in the comments. I want to see, are you an arm wrestling fan, or do you actually pull? But also, are you new, or have you been following for a long time, and what brought you in? I want to see and read some of these comments. I'm a big fan, and I don't arm wrestle. That is XL Jordan. Heck yeah.
Very cool.
I've been arm wrestling for 8 months. Welcome to the sport. So you're still in that painful part, all right? The first year, good. It's that horrible toothache pain.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Do you need to go upstairs?
You're very entertaining.
You were looking at the cleavage, weren't you? That's what you were doing.
I was distracted.
That's what was going on. Okay.
All right.
So, been pulling for 3 years. Dave Patton trained with my grandpa years ago, and I love the sport. That is Justin McManus. Law Carter, thank you so much for the support. Hey, Mike, off topic, but how do I get bigger, thicker hands? Which exercise do you advise for that? Look at him working his hand right now.
I don't believe in heavy grippers, because whenever you do a heavy gripper, your knuckles go past your hand when you're trying to squeeze real hard, right? So I want my knuckles this way forward. So I do a lighter flex grip. So it's working the tendons and ligaments and everything, but it fattens up your hand like crazy.
The C4 RB193, 7 months arm wrestling. Sam pulling for 18 months. Metshot High Top Sports Bar.
Check
in
us out.
Canton. How
There you
about
go.
that? Been arm wrestling
was a cool
since
bit.
May. Can't do a push-up currently. All right, I've got a question about that. Okay, because I hear all the time that somebody cannot even do one push-up. So if you're laying on your belly, how do you get out of bed?
They can do girl push-ups.
Do you roll? I mean, don't you just...
Baby.
You got to be able to push somebody off of
They
you,
got to
too.
start somewhere.
Okay, I know that you got to start somewhere, but I'm just like, I'm actually trying to work that out in my head.
I'm told you, girl
Okay.
push-ups.
Girl, so like on your knees.
Yeah.
I do those.
If you push stuff up off your belly, I mean, you don't have to do a push-up to get off your belly. You could roll.
I use my ability to fly.
All right, so
We can make it work.
Awesome. Ryan Bowen versus Lachlan Adair.
Y'all.
Oh my God.
Okay, really?
That dude
So
sold me.
can we say, first off, if you want to know how to win money on Stake Kings, listen for his predictions.
Whatever I say, bet the opposite.
Bet the opposite way. He is 100%
I am getting not good at this.
always
at all.
wrong.
And I'm like extremely knowledgeable in arm wrestling, but I don't know what is happening with my predictions lately.
Yeah, now in the Brzenk and Linn, you called it,
yeah.
but you thought that Linn would at least win one, right?
Well, no, I didn't. Corey thought he would win one. Corey thought he'd go all 5 rounds. I thought if John's shoulder held up, he would be able to do whatever he wanted. People think John's just hand control. John can do it. John beat Fried Usmanov in a hook after busting him in a top rope just because he wanted to see if he could beat him a hook. Lost 1 round, came back, beat him a hook, and that was when he destroyed Matt Tickle My Lemons Larratt. But that's when he destroyed Travis Bajan. I mean, Reed destroyed Travis at that tournament, and John just went into a hook with him. It was crazy. John can do anything. What did Matt say?
I'm only a fan, but I want to start says more of. I'm looking, just hang on a second.
There you go.
Matt Tickle My Lemons Larratt, I just want to shout out Paulin for putting in a complete max effort against the GOAT. I thought it was a great effort. And go Lucky, Bowen ate it.
Dude, I just sent Paul a text a minute ago, told him how strong he looked. I was very impressed. He looked jacked. It just goes to show you how prepared John Brzenk is and how serious he's taking this upcoming match.
Yeah, well, let's
we'll
go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and get back to the first
Ryan
match.
Bowen, Lachlan Adair.
So
I'm telling you,
we stayed up so late.
we did.
Okay.
I was dozing off, and I wouldn't watch all the other matches. I apologize. We were watching something else, but it was crazy.
Travis B says you predict with your heart, not your head.
Not always. Sometimes.
But you do get it way wrong.
Well, I mean, the Corey thing. I really thought Corey was going to beat him 3-0. I really did. I didn't expect him to stop him.
Yeah.
But hey, I was wrong.
Yeah.
It happens occasionally.
Okay.
Now, I didn't bet on Lachlan versus Ryan. I just thought Ryan was going to do really well because if you watch the videos, Lachlan was killing him. Then he's showing videos of him beating Lachlan, and then he's showing all these new crazy lifts, and it just didn't go the way I thought.
So
I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I actually bought into it too. I thought that Ryan was going to pull it off.
Yeah.
And there was a significant gap.
There was a big
or
gap.
at least it appeared to be.
It appeared like there was a huge gap, but maybe it was just a tiny little bit of extra hand strength that Lachlan had.
Right. So this is one thing that the GOAT was actually saying. He was saying that just a tiny change in the application of pressure can make a match look like it's farther apart than what it really is.
Right.
So it could be that there's just a small significant of strength in a couple of areas, you know. So it may not necessarily be a huge gap in strength. Like when he was talking about Corey versus Todzilla.
Right.
A lot of folks are like, oh, well, Todd just missed the go. No, he was actually very much in the go.
He went hard on that one.
He did, but he changed one thing.
Yeah, he just gripped higher, and he wanted to put the brakes on him. He thought if he got a higher hand position, he'd be able to stop him before he got pinned. And he did.
He did. He closed that. He closed that lane.
Well.
You know, and the one lane that Corey had was a good lane.
And the thing is, I thought Corey had more than that lane.
Yeah, I thought he was going to try to go more outside.
Well, I thought he was too.
Yeah. All right. So one thing on the Bowen-Lachlan match, guys, you don't really have to have 15 freaking matches on the card.
That was a lot of matches.
I mean,
you
for your sponsors, you could split that up into a couple of different shows, or 4.
Well, it's just time wise. I mean, it was noon for them or something, and it was like late for us. So
it took a year to get through that.
It took a minute.
Well, you were over there snoring through most of it. Yeah, and then I woke him up. Hey, it's fixing to start.
Time to watch,
right?
and I was like, "You woke me up for that?" And I'm just kidding, Ryan. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was definitely not how I expected that to turn out. But so here's the two things. Here's what we don't know. We don't know how strong Lachlan is. All we know is he's stronger than Ryan. Is Ryan as good as Ryan has been showcasing himself? And is Lachlan now an elite level arm wrestler? Who knows, right? They have to pull someone else.
He needs to be tested somewhere else. So who would you put him against?
Man, if they're going to put Bowen against Arackley, let Lachlan take that match.
Let Lachlan take that match.
You know, I mean,
okay, when you're looking at the king of the table people, they're looking for
Social
things that
media,
will get
yeah.
social media views.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, and so Lachlan doesn't really have.
Much of a social media presence. We know about Lachlan because of Ryan.
Right.
I mean, he's a strong guy, obviously.
Right.
Looks good. Several people have said him versus Corey. And then somebody responded, he needs to beat Michael first because, Michael beat him at that NAL event out in Phoenix. a couple
Okay,
years
yeah.
back. But
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Corey has the win on Michael. Michael has the win on Lachlan. So folks are saying that Lachlan needs to arm wrestle Michael first.
yeah. But who knows? I mean, I talked to Corey about that today, and he's like, I'd pull him,
Ironically
Corey's
versus
super
Lachlan
strong.
would be cool,
He just-
right?
Who what?
Ironically versus
I
Lachlan.
mean, it could be if you want an international flair of a match, I want to see Corey go against some of those guys, but not some of those guys. Some of the Eastern Europeans is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
So is that the extent of our Lachlan?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about it.
There's not a whole lot,
right?
I mean,
So
it's
what
just
would you? What do you think? Because there was so much. Oh, and by the way,
There's nothing I can tell him to do because I
Hang
thought he
on.
was already there.
did y'all see RVJ's response? Y'all. So
Yeah, so RBJ is kind of funny.
so what do you think would happen in that match?
RBJ versus Ron Bowen.
Yeah, would that be more entertaining or would that look pretty much the same? What's in this?
Hey, babies, whatever I put in there.
Don't always fall for that.
So, I mean, I was the guy who believed that Ryan was the consistency of his training. He was going to, pass people and whatever. So he's way more consistent about arm wrestling than RBJ is, but RBJ is way more genetically gifted. So, I mean, I said the sooner the match happens, the greater the chances of RBJ winning. The further away the match is, the greater chances of Ryan winning because I felt like Ryan was continually making improvements. I guess he is. I just don't know how strong Lachlan is. The thing, it's hard to gauge.
So many unenanswered questions.
There's a lot
there.
because I mean, COVID, arm wrestling, everything's opened back up. It's just Australia, you can't even leave the place. So we're seeing a lot more internet. We're seeing a lot of matches we want to see, but I mean, we just don't know about them where they're at.
So let me tell you what. Hang on, don't do that yet. You're just really confusing me.
Well, it's because you're easily confused.
Yeah, I had to actually open that up. So we don't know a lot about the two of them because they haven't been off a whole freaking continent since COVID started, right?
Right.
I mean, and there hasn't been much activity between them and the outside world even before that.
That one experience at Zlati, I believe, is pretty much. I mean, Ryan came over here and arm wrestled and did the one
Right.
match in WAL against Alan Guerrero, I think.
So what we do know, who we are learning a lot about, that we're going to talk about next, is actually John Brzenk and his comeback and how he's testing the waters to see where he is.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. So you can go ahead and do that now, and then we will
Boom.
get on into the...
Collagen peptides from Redcon 1. You want some healthy joints? Add some collagen. Use code Monster20.
I take that every day because it's also supposed to help with skin and hair.
It is.
Okay?
Skin, hair, nails, and joint support.
There you go. There you go. So, John Brzenk.
Is awesome. I mean, seriously. Okay,
I mean,
so
I thought...
Paul Linn is
I really thought Paul would get in at least one win.
Paul said he was up to 230 pounds. Normally walks around 210, 215.
And he looked big.
Oh, it looked huge. Cut to 225.
Why, if John was above that anyway? Why did they cut?
They just made that limit. I don't know why.
So they both wanted to cut?
It was weird.
I'm thinking if both of
arm
us are over
wrestle the
230.
person, not the weight.
Yeah,
You know?
how about
I mean,
that?
just like John in his upcoming match, he's like, I don't care if Devon's 400 pounds, right? We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Yeah, so John Brzenk impressed the hell out of me because the biggest thing is, and this is the only thing I've talking about his hand against Chancer, his hand against Dimitri. John's gonna, he's gonna fix all those little problems. That's just being off the table for a while. But his shoulder has been his significant concern and kind of the reason that he got out, backed away from the sport for a while. So I just didn't know how healthy it was, and clearly it looks extremely healthy.
Chanshaw. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Paul Linn versus John was super entertaining in person.
Oh,
I saw
bet.
you walking
I
around
bet it
there.
was.
Yeah.
I watched your interview just a little bit ago, and that's why I knew about Paul's weight and what he cut to and stuff.
Yeah.
He did like a pre-match interview with both of them.
Yeah. So
Very impressive. Paul looked awesome though.
round one, when Paul actually
There was
hit,
a moment when
he hit good.
when he had John's hand slightly compromised. I was like, shit, he might get him.
I thought
and
he
then
might.
John was like, give me that back. You know
he's
what I'm saying?
he's
So-
just like a power, like I don't know. It's like a machine or something. It's just like a controlled power.
Well, he
all the
just
way down.
has.
Like he doesn't do big surges and
Well, no, he
hits.
did in round 2.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, typically not. It's like ching, 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 ching.
What
know?
it is he's
All the way
securing
down.
position, he's controlling, and there's a chance to bleed him a little bit that first round. He wanted to test different areas, and he said that in his pre-match stuff that he wanted, but because it was stakes were a shutout, he was a little concerned about trying to do different things.
Right.
But I guess round 1 he found out enough. He's like, I think I can do a little bit more and have a little bit more fun. But it was very impressive. I mean, John is John.
So we have 103 thumbs up on here right now. Give me a thumbs
351 people
up.
watching.
Give me a thumbs up if you think that betting on arm wrestling is kind of changing the game just a little bit. It's in the back of people's minds. Do you think it's interfering, and does it help or does it hurt? Go ahead.
John
and
thinks it puts more pressure on him. And so did Paul. Paul's like, listen, if you can bet $10 on me, bet $10, but don't be mad if I lose.
Yeah.
Don't bet enough money that you can't stand to lose, because it ain't, it's not like my fault. I'm gonna, everyone who arm wrestles is gonna try their best to win.
So
right?
as the athlete, does it affect you when you were pulling?
So.
Did it bother you at all?
It bothered me a lot when I lost in Devon.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people bet a lot of money on me.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of money bet on that match, and I had close friends who are wealthier than normal who put quite a bit of money out there, and I felt bad for them.
Yeah. So that is absolutely rough. So we got folks saying, snowflakes, send those thumbs ups to the like button. Yes. John is a freak of nature. Someone said, David Sanders says, I don't think so. Mike G says 1,000 helps arm wrestling with the betting. Lots of thumbs up. What can you tell us about your practice with Devon at the Olympia?
I'm a beast. I'm just kidding.
Some folks say it motivates though. Travis's wife said John is bionic. Send those thumbs up to the like button. Several folks saying that. The Huntster says Michael will have a 20-pound beard against Genadi.
Huge beard.
John versus Toddzilla. That's
Appreciate
the match
support.
that we all want to see. But actually, we can pretty much say that John's dance card is pretty full.
Dude.
Oh,
And
right?
he's willing to pull pretty much anybody.
He is. And someone on here already asked, would you be willing to pull John?
100%. 100%. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm actually, are we going to talk about that? He may be a stop on our tour. Just saying.
Phil Woody from the UK says Gary Roberts had an armgasm over John round 2 pin.
Yeah, he was.
Did y'all hear that? What's going on with that guy? Was that
Man.
for show?
He's a lot of show, but he's also really weird. I've known Gary for a long time, and he goes over the top. And I'm just gonna be honest, you can't behave that way at my tournament.
No.
You just can't. That's just not gonna happen. I love Gary, and maybe he's just a good fit there, but you can't do that shit at my tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, I got families there, kids there. You can't behave like that.
No. And Michael puts a stop to that. Like our tournaments, we'll have folks ask us all the time, do y'all ever have any fights? No, because he shuts that shit down really quick.
Well, we're having fun. It's competition, but you got to be respectful. And, it's easy to get aggressive and, a lot of adrenaline and shit, but I don't know, man. Gary's also a guy who wants everyone to talk shit to each other. And he does not know what the line is. Because if he talked that shit to me, I'm slapping the hell out of him. You cannot say those things to people. You cannot just continually call somebody a bitch and think that's okay. That blows my mind.
Michael's for real about that too, okay?
It blows
Dana
my
McWhite
mind.
says, at least John is going to pull Devon. At least John's going to pull Devon. Him pulling rookies is just lame. I'm surprised John hasn't called Larry Wheels.
Okay, so I don't understand anything that you just said there, because none of those guys are rookies. Accomplished arm wrestlers. Extremely strong. Dimitri took second WF Worlds. Chance Shaw has beaten some of the best heavyweights in North America. And Paul Lynn's arguably number 2, number 3 in his weight in North America. Yeah, so
They're definitely not rookies.
definitely not rookies. I mean, it's also, I think it's an unrealistic expectation to think John's just going to go chase down the Giants. Except I think John's going to go chase down the Giants.
He's going to go chase
You know
down the
what I'm
Giants. So Eric McAtee, Michael, tell me about John, the human being. Is he as great a guy as he seems? You've been around a long time. John's or what's John like over the years?
Man, so I've always been a huge John Brzenk fan. In 1993, at the Nags Head Beach Great American Shootout National Championship, I took third behind him and Ron Bath. So I was 20 years old. So I've known this dude for a long, long time and have been a huge, huge fan. Probably one of the highlights of my career, and one of the things I told Rebecca, was when I became his and Ron's peer when they would call me and ask me, "Hey, Michael, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" Those are some pretty cool highlights for me. But then John and I did have a falling out after the 2014 UAL 8, but we have since reconciled. It wasn't very long of a falling out.
Can we say that was partially my fault?
It might have been a little bit of your fault, but so I've huge respect for him. Always a fan. Unless he's arm wrestling me, I'm always cheering for John, right? Because it's awesome. But yeah, great guy. I mean, none of us are perfect, right? But John is just a good dude. And he's hard to get angry. Like, he's been in those situations where people talked a bunch of smack, but it is fun when he does respond. Because when John gets a little aggressive, it's kind of exciting to watch because the dude is a freak.
Yeah, so guys, we're definitely going to talk about John versus Devon as well.
Yeah, that's in the upcoming matches.
Is there anything else that you can say about that match? I mean, this is what I hate, guys. What I hate so much is when somebody loses, they're automatically like discounted as being a good athlete or even earning the shot that they had. Like, folks said that Chance was too soon, and that it was too soon for Corey, and that he's not there, and that Paul Linn, just was not up to par with John Brzenk. Are you guys?
Who is up to par with John Brzenk?
Who is?
I mean, it's John Brzenk.
But also, are you forgetting that? Okay, they lost, but every one of those were in the match.
Well, okay, yeah.
Okay.
John is a person. Now, the first two matches, his hand got compromised.
Yes.
Last night, his hand did not get compromised.
Okay, but
that's what that means is John's taking this shit serious, and
yes.
each match he's getting better.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what version John shows up. Now, I will get to test that version out, in a few weeks, so that's gonna be nice. But it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, so guys, we do have video, just a little video from when Michael was pulling Devon at the Olympia after practice. That will not be released until after these matches, okay? And same, I'm thinking possibly the same when you go pull John Brzenk. And we may not release that until after John's matches because I just don't want to... How do I say this? The betting part really bothers me. And I don't want people basing money, I don't want them placing money on
practice matches.
On practice matches.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Too many people just assume practice is real. Like, practice is real. Like, we really are arm wrestling, and we really are trying.
Crash, thank you so much for the support, #1 fan.
But that is not your best version. Like,
no, it's
that's
not your best
who you're
version.
going to be when you're peaking for a match.
But you're
that's
also
who you are
testing
at that practice.
you're testing out areas that you have been working on.
I pretty much find a lane and just keep doing it. I'm like, that felt good. That felt good.
Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. And if you guys have watched him on the road, he's like, okay, now I'm going to do this.
Have all that. Let me see if I can win.
Or let's talk about before you actually screwed your pec up in that Chicago or Henderson thing. What Michael's always like, okay, this is working, this is working, this is working. Now I'm going to try something different. I'm like, why are you trying something different?
Oh, yeah.
So you just lied.
No, I said I like it.
But you don't do it. You don't do it at all. So I absolutely hate that folks do, put money on
that part of it is, because literally somebody's like, goes back and watches when Paul Linn was here and is like, oh, well, this just proves John will crush John will crush Michael because Paul never got him out of something. And I'm like, are you an idiot? Like, dude, it's fucking practice. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I've been pinned so many times. I've been pinned more times this year than I have in the last decade.
Yeah.
And that's just because this damn road tour.
Yeah.
And
someone also said that Devon is small right now.
Okay, so this is so funny. Because Devon, outside of when he pulled me, Devon is as big as he's ever been in his life. He's over 270 pounds. He was like 270-something when he fought Thor. He was 270-something at the Olympia. I was just 280-something, right? What's it?
Betting on practice and myths and mystery is all part of the fun. Release the footage. Release the Kraken. That's what that makes me think of.
It wasn't
Thank
enough.
you, Fire.
It's just probably 10 matches or so, real quick sequence. We pulled quite a bit that night.
Yeah.
And neither one of us were at our best, but we did have some fun.
Yeah, y'all had a good time.
Yeah, well, and that's what was cool about it. So, she turned on the camera just for a minute, and we got a couple still photos and stuff. But it was just fun. Two guys who've been at this for a long time and just get on the table and have fun.
Yeah,
right?
and y'all were banging it.
And it wasn't like, oh, this is live. Let everybody watch.
No, and it's like Devon said, they would not have been able to practice in that manner had a camera been on the whole time.
Right.
you know? So.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
It was good. A lot of fun.
Danny McWhite, Ryan, all talk Bowen, just Mike crush Levon.
He's got a shot.
Y'all. So immediately after the match, right, Michael was like, can you imagine all the shit that Ryan's going to catch? I'm like, he catches shit anyway.
All the troll.
I don't
He's
think
like,
it
dude, it's
affects
going to
him.
be way bad now. And the
I
thing
don't
is,
think it affects
I'm
him.
proud of Ryan because what he's doing for the sport is great. He sets high goals, you know, and clearly he's not as close to reach those goals as he thought, or he'd convinced me that he was. But it just, hey, he did great. He's great for the sport. Either Lachlan's really bad dude. And I don't know. Maybe Lachlan is. I don't know.
Lethal Arms Network. Sup, guys? Hope all is
Sup?
well. Was an honor pulling John. # no regrets.
Dude, you're a beast.
Dude, you did
I'm
awesome.
hoping that when I get off this thing and I click off my Do Not Disturb, you have responded to my text, because that was a really nice text. I'm just kidding. I was like, dude, you look super strong.
Do we need to check your estrogen level? I don't know. That was kind of girly, Michael Todd.
A little bit.
All right, Matt,
All right.
take my limits later. Paul, you are freaking awesome, he says. Lachlan looked enhanced because Ryan wasn't.
Oh my God. So that's funny.
I guess y'all weren't watching that whole.
Yeah. So that's one of the
workout
reasons I was
today.
so convinced Ryan was going to be amazing, because he did look 20 pounds bigger than he's been.
And Ryan was talking about
He's like, yeah, my
his
protocol's
pancakes.
working, everything's good, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, shit, he's going to be a beast. And he probably is. I guess Lachlan just, that's what happens. The guy who you pull the most knows how to beat you the best. So Lachlan knows how to beat Ryan. Maybe you have to know the lane.
What's up?
What's
Yeah, guys, Lachlan has awesome back pressure. How was Devon when you pulled him on the Olympia? Damn, look at the screen.
Yeah, we already said that. He was great. It's Devon, right? I'm feeling better, though. I feel pretty good right now. So, y'all, okay, real quick. Check out 7K Metals. Appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. You want to convert your cash to precious metals, coins, whatever, go to mmtmetals.com. Appreciate their support. So I had an all-you-can-eat sushi the other day. Are we gonna ever release that? Is that gonna be Instagram? I can't talk about it then, can I? You said you were gonna release the footage.
I don't know. I'm
really big.
He's really big. Oh, I did tell you guys. Okay, guys, so we got 181. You get me up to 230 thumbs up.
30?
That's
30's
not,
just odd. 250.
That's not thumbs up in my feed. I need you to smash that like button.
250.
We will weigh Michael in on camera.
Oh, I don't have any shoes on. I got slides.
You're such a girl. You don't want them to see your toes?
No. I already just weighed myself. I know what I weigh here, but it's not.
Do you need to go put some socks and shoes on?
Yes.
I cannot tell y'all what it's like living with this guy. Yeah. Is Rebecca Canadian? 400-pound Michael coming. Pad size definitely made the difference. I would like to see Dev versus Mike on WAL pads. No, I didn't.
Nah, it's not that big a deal. When we pulled the other day, we weren't on WL pads. It's not a big deal. I mean, I can arm wrestle. I have switched out all my pads to 7x7s to traditionals because I don't see a WAL match happening anytime soon, so I got to get back to used to 7x7s. Yeah, it's no big deal.
So Phil Woody from the UK says they're betting that you're 291. It's like the middle of the night.
That's actually a pretty damn good guess.
Yeah.
How many likes are we at?
Love the Todd family. Much respect and honor watching you arm wrestle. If John beats Devon, should he take on Levon next?
No, I should take on Levon.
All right.
I'm the one getting crazy right now, getting huge to go pull Levon.
Okay.
But now,
so can we just
do y'all
talk
really
about
think,
this?
what are we talking about?
Let's weave this in.
All right. How many likes are there? 233. You got
There's
17 more.
Come on, 226. Only 224 more. Someone says 278. Hi,
Should I
Becca.
go put some shoes on
It's
at least
Jason
real quick?
Parker.
No.
Yeah, go put your shoes on, you girl.
This is what I live with. She's just mean.
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't know.
prep me. She doesn't tell me.
294.5, 350.
Okay, I'm not that heavy. But
How will you handle John? Someone said. Ed T, and you look like Gandalf the wizard. All right, so this is how my mind is working. There's just so, I got so much that I want to say, but just really can't. And it makes it hard because that whole thing factors into the way that my thought process is, right? So,
no idea where she's going with this.
all right, so
249.
let's say Devon was the strongest arm that you ever pulled in Dubai. Okay? If that Devon shows up to pull, if that is true, and that Devon shows up to pull Brzenk, on December 11th. And Brzenk looked like he had just a couple of hiccups. I mean, he smashed folks, right? But wouldn't you expect if Brzenk was able to actually give Devon a match in Dubai, that the gap would have looked bigger in his previous matches?
Yes.
Okay.
But he still has 7 weeks.
He still has 7 weeks. And you are going to go practice again, right?
So let's go away real quick.
All right, we're going to go away real quick and we'll get back to that.
So,
Just a minute.
yeah,
Wait.
I don't know if we're releasing the video or not. I think we are. Instagram something. I don't know if it's YouTube worthy, but it's some really good sushi. So it was a carb loading day, and I did have jeans t-shirt, jeans polo t-shirt on. So that's probably 5 pounds of clothes. But when I got back, it is a very, very, very heavy weight.
Yeah, and guys, we know that styles make matches, but when you've pulled 3 different styles so far, there is some conclusions that you can draw from that. Look at your pretty toes. 288.4. You better go eat, boy.
I do need to eat. So that's what I'm saying. I have not had a lot of food today because Corey came. We trained this morning. Ron was here for a while. We took a nap. We had a granddaughter last night. She was awesome. But I'm gonna tell you, I was real close to 300 the other night. But my belly was sticking up at this far.
Y'all, he looked pregnant.
Oh, so in the video where Corey and I are talking, that was right after I went and had sushi. So very, very near 300 pounds. Now, I plan on being...
But we don't want you to be near 300 pounds and have a pregnant belly.
No. Now, if you look, I'm just bigger. You know, I'm just bigger now. So this is a big version of me, and the plan is to try to keep the same body composition and put on 20, 30, 40 pounds, something like that.
All right.
But I'm telling you, there's a chance that I get very, 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 very large, and I would have the same dimensions as Levon, just without the extra body weight that he has.
Oh, so are you saying that you'll be a leaner?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I'll have 23-inch arms, and I think my forearms will be massive. My hands will be ridiculous. That's if I go crazy. Like I said, I just don't want to be, like she says I'm snoring again, so I gotta be careful, but I don't know.
Dynamic White, by MK677, you'll put on 40 pounds in 4 weeks.
This is not true, because I'm already on MK677, but
Check.
yeah, I'm already doing that. But
you just started it.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been on it ever since we started.
Oh.
I only do it 3 days a week though. But yeah.
You know what,
It is a good
Steve?
combination with some other stuff.
Steve says Levon just eats McDonald's crap. That's
He
actually
does.
true.
He does. We were eating healthy over there, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, you want some?"
Yeah.
that's just torture.
He
You
ate
can't
so
do-
much McDonald's. So,
Yeah.
so let's get back to Brzenk's track. Okay, what do you think about that? Seriously,
I think that it would take a if Devon Larratt shows up the way he was against me, and okay, so I don't know.
I know.
You can't talk, you know what I'm saying? It's so weird. But yeah, so Devon was very strong that day. He was very prepared, biggest Devon ever. I think it'd be hard for John to win that match at any previous version of John. And it would be unrealistic at 57 years old to think that he could exceed his previous best. But John Brzenk is special, you know, who knows? And like I said, I'm gonna grab a hold of him soon, and I guess I'll find out where he's at. But I love the journey. I mean, it would have been cool. So let's just say he loses to Devon. It doesn't say shit. I mean, that doesn't mean they don't do it again later, or John doesn't pull somebody else. Like, you know, he's pulling Devon, and then he's pulling on the same card that I'm pulling on. He's pulling Zoliev, and then he's pulling Ingen. You know, and Ingen, I think they're gonna meet at like 209. I don't know what their weight's gonna be.
So this is
But
what's
it's
confusing
so crazy.
me.
There's so many matches.
This is what's confusing me. Normally in arm wrestling, there's like, you're building towards something. It's almost like he's hitting the peak and then he's climbing back down the mountain. I don't understand that.
I'll tell you why. He got a great offer to pull Devon, and he's like, okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't turn it down. It's just like Paul Linn. Like, you don't turn down pulling John Brzenk.
No.
You don't turn it down. It wasn't the trajectory that you thought. You know, I'm sure he didn't plan on pulling Devon in December, because I know he didn't, because I talked to him. He's like, I said, I think it's going to be like December 11th. He goes, damn, that's pretty soon. Because I was talking to him about it prior to them offering the match. But, you know, apparently he's like, well, let's make it happen. I mean, he would have rather done it in March or April or something like that. But
John will lose his hand to Devon. Didn't John ask for a match with Devon?
Well, exactly what happened was they offered him Ermes. He's like, hell, if I'm going to pull Ermes, I'd rather pull Devon.
I wonder
so
if
they took him seriously.
I wonder if they'll stake it. Who? Stake Kings? I'm sure it's staked already.
It has to be. Well, it's announced now, so I don't know if they've...
Well, you kind of have to come down from the mountain after you climb it. You can't live on a summit.
Well,
I would.
You can.
I'd plant my damn flag.
We still don't know who the number one guy in the world is, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna just tell you guys, I've caught a lot of shit since I lost to Devon. I actually quit. I'm no longer elite. And then this tour hasn't helped my cause any, because people think practice is really like how where you're really at, right? So like, oh my God, this guy beating John. Michael can't do anything. I think my level's getting high again.
Yeah.
I really think my level's getting pretty high again. And so what we know for a fact is on May 28th, Devon was better than me. We don't know that next week Devon's better than me. We don't know if Levon is better than all of us. We don't know if Vitaly is the man. We don't know these things. So when she said the peak of the mountaintop, meaning Devon, there still is let's say he was to beat Devon. There's still Levon, there's still me, there's still Vitaly, there's still a bunch of guys. Like, we're about to find out, so we're gonna go and talk about that. We're gonna find out Ermes is pulling Genadi. So I announced this match with Genadi, and then now he's got a match like 7 or 8 weeks before, because apparently my match, I'll find out Monday, is probably gonna be early February.
Yeah, and like when you found out that it's gonna be early February, you're like, oh, damn, I need a match before then.
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be end of January. Now, that's only a week or two.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, I wanna test my arm out. Because like I said, my level's progressing again. Like, now I'm still having issues with the nerve damage.
Someone was asking how you're
still having issues with nerve damage. Now I'm gonna release a video of some of the stuff that I'm doing. It may be boring to you guys, but it's just gonna be something that I'm doing on a daily basis. Like I'm switching left hand one day, right hand, right hand, so I can do it more frequently without hurting myself as bad. But I'm working on a lot of things. Like I said, I still have issues, but everything else feels pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. I was just talking about being at the top. Even if I beat Levon, well, you haven't beat Vitaly. You know, you got to beat Devon back. You know, there's always someone else that they expect you have to beat. Now, John is not necessarily that guy. John's the GOAT. John can beat anyone. John's the greatest ever. You know, John beats Devon. People might think he's the greatest arm wrestler now, and he might be. You know, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things we just don't know yet. Okay. But I'm excited.
Eric McAtee, John made a comment that if he can get one win against Devon, you were talking about this, 6 months into his comeback, he considers that a win.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he did say things like, and then we could actually talk about a rematch, you know, which made sense. He's very business smart right now with his career. He's taking a very professional approach to what he's doing, and I like it. And
Phil Woody from the UK says, congrats on the 82,000 subs, MMT. What's the tattoo story? Let me read this real quick. Courage, during Paul and John's match, how did Bart end up fouling Devon? Huh?
LOL, he's just making a joke.
Oh, okay.
Because he fouls Devon.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pretty funny.
That was good.
So is that all of those?
Yeah.
So what was who's asking the question?
What is the tattoo story?
My tattoo?
Yeah. Well, they certainly didn't see mine.
No, they have not. That's funny. So years ago, Don Underwood and I were going to a tournament, and we was thinking of a cool, you know, team name, whatever, and we came up with Bam Brothers Incorporated. This is 1996. We was on the way to like Pull for the Hungry. So it was like, bam, get some, and that was the whole thing, right? So we both ended up getting Bam, get some tattoos, you know? And then I think he ended up covering his up.
With like a flower.
Like, I don't know, something weird. But he's like, no, you can still see it. But his is on his back, reminds him of my arm. And I've thought about doing something cool, covering it up, because it's faded and it's old. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm patient enough to sit there and let somebody tattoo me either, again. But
Michael, can I possibly meet you at an event? Any date set on a show kind of like the Olympia one? We don't have any up and coming dates.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I don't even have a Matt. Now,
Matt Tickle My Limit says, my wife is a tattoo artist.
Hey,
right.
Hey, yeah, where y'all at? Are y'all in Florida? I think that's what you said. I don't remember what you said. Yeah. But yeah, let's chat. MMT International. That was something we was going to talk about at the end, but November 27th, 2 days after Thanksgiving, for all the people that want to drive in, I did that on purpose so you could. Now, obviously you're gonna have to, like, if you're cutting weight, that's not gonna be great for you because you just had Thanksgiving. But November 27th, MMT International Pro-Am. We're gonna do, like, there's not a whole lot of money. It's $100 a class right and left, and $150 right and left overall. I just wanted to get something out there. I haven't had time to really go out and get sponsors because we've been traveling and doing so much this year. But we did something last year that was very, very successful. It was a monster pot, and it was for the super heavyweight right-handed. So all it was is anybody who wanted to put in $100 towards the pot in that weight class, whoever placed highest, who participated, gets all the money. So it wasn't who wins the class, because if the guy who won the class didn't participate in the pot, he didn't get the money. So I think Corey, and there's like 7 guys, so Corey won like $700 off that. So what we're gonna do, I'm saying that to say, at the Monster Michael Todd International, every open right-handed class, if there's at least 3 people that want to participate in the monster pot, you'll put your $100 in, we'll put it in an envelope. Whoever places highest of the people who participate gets that money. It really added some fun to the event, so we want to do that again. But Monster Michael Todd International, November 27th, right here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, Blitz Pig. The flyer is on my Instagram and my Facebook. What? All right.
Just a minute. I just saw something about, can you do a collab with Devon and Levon in Austin? Are they coming to Austin?
I don't know how.
Jared Santana, you should come to Wisco. I feel like there's no options in Wisconsin to practice or learn about arm wrestling. Any thoughts?
We were just there last month. We went through Green Bay on our way down to that Harvard, Illinois practice, which was crazy.
Much love to you and Mrs. Todd. You're gorgeous. Thank you, Pat
Appreciate
Owen.
the support, though.
So Matt, Take On My Limits Larratt is in Orlando.
Orlando, yeah.
So talking about the upcoming matches. So there have been a lot. Have they full on come out and announced Genadi and Ermes for King of the Table 2?
Yes. No.
Okay. See,
I don't think so. I have not seen it on any of the Instagrams.
The King of the Table people like to bring things out slowly, right?
Right.
So we've been told it's on the card.
Yeah.
And that's the rumor, and England, or someone on England's page put it out there.
Right.
But
so here's what's crazy.
What is crazy?
Is Genadi and I are supposed to be pulling, and now he's going to pull Ermes.
But y'all are pulling early February.
So it's like 8 weeks before, December 11th. So 7-8 weeks before. But what's even crazier is they just announced Ermes pulling Trubin, like the actual date, and it's like 3 weeks before Ermes is pulling Genadi.
Right.
Now, I used to do this stuff all the time.
But at that level?
Well, I mean, I told you I pulled John and Chesky, then I pulled Nationals, then I pulled Yoshi, all in 21 days. So it was a lot. It's a lot to do, but it used to be done. And like John's doing it, he's pulling every couple of weeks, but the guys he's pulling right now are not that level, right? But that's just a lot. Like, imagine, so Ermes pulls Trubin, which is 50-50 in my book. Trubin is highly underrated. He's a bad dude. Then you got to pull Ermes versus Genadi, which is truly an unknown. All we've seen is Genadi's lifting videos and his practice videos. He hasn't competed since 2018.
And all that we've seen of Ermes is him versus Matt Mask.
That's it. So, who knows what's going to happen in that match? All I know is I got to pull Genadi 7 or 8 weeks later.
Now, well, how does that affect you pulling? I mean, you had a path that you wanted to take.
My path was beat Genadi and just make the loudest proclamation ever that I want Levon, right?
If that comes out, because you're not predicting that.
Oh yeah, I can't make predictions. I can't make predictions.
They're wrong.
100-0 sweep.
They're always wrong.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if I am the most motivated I've ever been. And like I said, it wasn't the loss to Devon, it was the COVID. You know, being that close, that healthy, and then being that close to not making it to the next day made me think, you know, life is short. I'm going to find out what's possible, so let's roll. And that's why I'm here. You know, I've got a 12-month window to become something completely different and take out whoever the #1 in the world is. But that path made a lot of sense. Me pulling Genadi, and then if I'm victorious there, you know, chase down Levon or whoever. Now, that path gets a little murky if Ermes beats him, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Are you just ignoring me now because you told me to talk about that?
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, so that's it. I thought you was gonna have like some feedback.
Yeah, well,
You know?
someone was actually saying, it was Phil Woody from the UK.
Yeah.
I was looking through, we were both looking through the stuff before the actual live started.
Yeah.
And had a very good comment. Someone said that that would just destroy your plans if Genadi loses to Ermes.
It's not ideal.
Now, what Phil said was, well, actually, that just shows Mike that there might be some other matches that need to happen on his trek to Levon.
There are no other matches. I'll wait right now to pull Levon. I'm doing this because I wanted to make everyone else happy and I want to prove a point. I don't have to go chase anybody down. I've done enough in this sport. I don't have to chase anyone. I'm going after that #1 spot.
All right, so you just totally discounted what you said earlier, and
Probably.
I need a match before then.
That's just so I can see where my arm's at. I don't need a match after I destroy Genadi. So
You destroy Genadi.
yeah, okay, that's another prediction. My point is, this is not let's give everybody a chance at me. No, that's not the case. I'm pulling this dude to get to pull this dude. And if somebody else beats that dude before I get a chance to, whatever, I'll just beat him better. I'll beat him worse, you know? But yeah, I'm not going on this pulling everyone just to get a shot at Levon. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I had a bad day. That's what happened. Devon was amazing, and I had a bad day. I will not have that day again.
I don't know how.
I will not have that day again.
Okay.
You hate when I say those things. Like she hates when I predict sweeps. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I just disagree with that. I don't have to go prove anything. I'm doing this for me, and I'm not doing it to go knock out everybody on the way because those guys aren't even ranked ahead of me. Genadi's not ranked ahead of me. I'm only in.
All right, so what's going to happen to the rankings if John goes and
beats Devon?
Well, let's say he doesn't beat Devon, but he does get a couple of
matches.
matches.
Gets a better match than I did.
Yes.
They can't move him ahead of me because he didn't beat me.
Okay, actually they can because
Not
they do
realistic.
stupid shit like
They
that
do
all the
stupid
time.
shit like that.
They'll move someone ahead of somebody just because they put on weight.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah.
But it would be an unrealistic thing, regardless of how good a match he gives him or whatever. If he doesn't beat him, he cannot move ahead of. He just can't.
Okay. All right. So then.
But yeah, if he beats him, then I drop another spot, and Devon drops a spot, and John's up there. I mean, whatever. It's just like I said. It's if Devon gets to pull Levon before I get to, and Devon beats him, I want to pull Devon. If Levon beats Devon, I want to pull Levon. If they set up a match between Vitaly and Levon before I get to, and Vitaly beats Levon, I want to pull Vitaly. I'm not doing this to go. It's not. I'm going after #1. That's it. You know, like I said, it's a 12-month window. I can't pull 50 people in 12 months. You know, I'm only doing this for 12 months, and that's it. I'm back to normal Michael. But in 12 months, the goal is Levon or whoever the #1 guy is.
So someone was actually saying on here, it really sucks for fans that matches are spread out several months apart or a year. Like, you know, when you were saying that you pulled how many ever matches in such a short amount of time,
I pulled
right?
so many back in the day.
So back then, though, when you were doing that, when you look at what Ermes is doing, he's pulling, and then it's like 19 days later he has a match or something like that.
Yeah, high-level match.
A high-level match. And then Genadi, if he is pulling Ermes at King of the Table 2,
50 days later.
50 days later is pulling you.
Right.
And when we talked to Levon in Dubai, he said he doesn't need to do more than 3 super matches in a year.
Yeah.
And that's all because if you guys can critical think,
I think he said 3 events.
3 events. If you guys can do some critical thinking, you're going to know it's because we got to make sure our pancake protocol is in order.
Right.
So that specific part has changed the face of arm wrestling as far as elite level super matches.
Yeah, dude, I mean, 2000.
People are waiting till they peak, right, to actually have matchups.
In 2001, I pulled 35 events.
Mm-hmm. So
because you didn't have to be, I just showed up. I won nationals. The next weekend, I took 3rd at a watermelon festival. You know what I'm saying? I just won the national championships. And I get beat at a local event because my shit was trash.
Now
right?
he's no longer the watermelon champion.
I'm no longer the watermelon champion.
That sucks, you know.
Obviously, I've won it again since then. But yeah, so that has changed things. So that's it. I'm on an extended pancake protocol. I mean, 12 months is a long time, but I'm doing the things I have to do to stay healthy during that time. But that's it. I'm taking one crack at the top, and I'm either going to be successful or I'm not. And I'm going to be okay with whatever the outcome is because I know I gave it my best, and I committed myself to a goal, and I put in all the work that I could do to reach that goal, and either I'm going to achieve it or I'm not.
Okay, X Monster R says, if Genadi beats you, will you still keep trying for the #1 in the next 12 months?
I have a 12-month window. So, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, I understand that it is a possibility, and it would definitely be a deterrent. But
hey, Joe,
I'm in this thing for 12 months. So I just don't see that happening. I mean, obviously I'll find out more when he pulls Ermes, but
yeah,
I just don't think he can beat me. I don't think there's...
Goku says, don't you dare lose.
Yeah, I don't think there's a version of him that can beat me. I've watched the man arm wrestle for years, and he's a phenomenal arm wrestler. But he doesn't have a press that can beat me. I mean, his press is not strong enough to beat me. He would have to beat my hand, and I've seen his wrist taken too many times to think he can beat my hand. And he has a lot of heart, a lot of endurance, but he doesn't have more than me. My opinion. It's a great
Pancake
match.
the code word.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm enjoying the process. I started second guessing some things like this last week because I am getting heavy, and I kind of got caught up. Like I said, the weight was near 300 pounds the other night after dressed weight, which means low 290s if I was stripped or whatever, which is big. That's heavy. But I didn't like how it looked. I mean, I had a big old bloated belly. I just finished eating a buffet. And I don't want to be unhealthy. I don't want to look unhealthy. So I started thinking, damn, maybe I'm trying to gain weight too fast. Maybe I should, just eat clean, make a little slower process. So it's just, battling in my head back and forth on what. Because it doesn't really matter my weight as long as I'm strong. I've proven that in the past. Weight does not. I was 323 pounds stripped in the mornings, but I was fat.
Matt Tickle My Limits Larratt says, Pancake Michael was freaking huge when I saw him, and strong as a damn ox. He beats Genadi 3-1 and moves on to the next.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how it's going to go? I don't know.
Logan, we can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I'm not allowed to do that. It's not the right decision for me to do that.
Been pulling for 3 months in Utah, M. Harper said. Must be watching from the video from the start, right? Met y'all at Bob Brown's, Mike and Devon's matches. Got me into the sport and Juji. Okay, they can't different Devon.
Can't discount Devon? Can't different, what is it?
Maybe that is what it means. Or maybe he's replying to somebody else.
Different Devon.
They try to say you weren't worthy because of the King's move. Genadi said, I won't forget, LOL. Time for a whooping.
Yeah, Genadi's just trying to make content. He knows better than that.
Yes.
But I like Genadi. He's a good dude. He's in my way. So.
Do you think Vitaly can beat Genadi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vitaly might be the man. He might be the best guy on earth.
Okay, funny conversation, and I'm going to share this.
Funny.
Devon Larratt, I'm sorry. I'm actually sharing just a few of your words that were in our conversation, right?
It was pretty funny.
So you guys, I wish for y'all, because I love you guys. I mean, I love having these conversations. I love reading your comments. I just love you guys. I love this community that we're growing, right? And I wish that I could take you everywhere we go. And the one place you would have loved to have, well, two, you would have loved to have been there when they were having fun on the table. And the other, you would have loved to have been there when Devon Larratt was chilling in the RV before we left Orlando, right?
Right.
And him and Michael are talking about the guys, right?
Like, we're basically talking about both of our path is directed towards Levon, right?
Directed towards Levon. And then Devon was like, well, when we get there, and just so you know, Devon thinks that Michael probably has a better chance against Levon than he does, and that's because he's stickier in the King's move, right? He said, if you will use it. Yeah. He said, you got to get it out of your head that you don't need to use it. But the funny thing is they're going through the other people. They were like, so then you get through that. And then there's other guys. There's Ermes, there's Genadi. And then he goes, and then there's Vitaly. And he goes, fuck that guy. He said,
I'll just send him the hammer.
I'll just send him the hammer. Stay home. He said, fuck that guy.
I mean, seriously, that's a dangerous individual right there. That's a dangerous individual.
So all the time, Michael and I would be like, anytime somebody says Vitaly, we just look at each other and go, fuck that guy. I mean, that has to be a hashtag.
He's so dangerous.
He's so dangerous for so many reasons.
Oh my God, he's a giant, and he's a giant that has grown from 180 pounds up to 310 pounds, 305 pounds. I mean, no, it's 310. 140 is 308. Yeah, so he's huge, and he can still get bigger. And his hand and wrist look like iron. Bad dude for sure. Oh, Apache Performance Labs, check those guys out. Huge supporter. I mean, all these people, this content that we've done, these last 4 months, traveling the United States, we could not have done it without our brand partners. Apache Performance Labs, basically a great alternative to the Herbalife tea shops. Go check out their Kickstart, ApachePerformanceLabs.com. Also, Devon Bear Co. Construction, amazing dude. We had such a good time out there in Wyoming with him. But if you're looking for a cool job, amazing scenery, good pay, go check out bearcoconstruction.com.
Okay, but Origin Dark, I just really want you to use your critical thinking. I'm not going to read your question, okay, and answer it there, but I just want you to use your critical thinking and figure that out for yourself, okay? Origin Dark, he is spamming the same shit. Okay. Anywho, put all the top guys in the world for a little tournament and see who is best. So
That's
obviously,
not how you determine who's best.
That's not. Okay, well, that's actually a good question. You can figure out who the best tournament puller is, but then it's not all about it, but so much.
If it was seeded, it's better.
Okay.
But if you just randomly throw people in a double elimination bracket, that's
so much rides on the bracketing in a tournament. Now, you went through the hardest freaking bracket in WAL
'Cause I wasn't
2017
seeded. It was
because
a
you
seeded.
wasn't seeded.
Yeah.
So when Michael won the WAL finals in 2017, he had to be an unseeded because he came into the season late. He had to pull Nick Zenna, a couple of other people.
Dave Chafee was number 2, Travis Bajan was number 1, Nick Zena was number 3. Those were the top 3 guys, and I had to beat all 3 of them to the title.
Right, so they're like on opposite sides of the bracket, right? You've got Dave Chafee and Travis on opposite sides of the bracket. So they don't have to pull each other until, well, they never had to pull each other, did they? They never had to pull each other. Michael had to pull Nick, he had to pull Travis, he had to pull Dave. And some other people.
Yeah, I had a couple rounds earlier before I pulled Nick.
Yeah, and he went through them all. So in that case, you had a good performance.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
I beat
if
the
you
top
would've
3 guys.
thrown Jerry into that mix.
If Jerry had been on the same side of the bracket as me, we'd both been shot.
You
'Cause
both
it'd
would've been shot.
2 or 3 minute match.
Because you would have killed each other, and then everybody else would have had a walk
Right.
getting through you, you know? So,
So, I mean, it's something everybody wants to see.
yeah.
But the best way to find out who the best is one-on-one. We just can't make them happen. We can't. For one, it's complicated with travel with COVID. 2, it's complicated with contracts. 3, it's complicated with, getting paid what we as professional athletes deserve to get paid. But that's really the least of the 3. Sometimes you'll take a match just because you want to arm wrestle, right? But it's I don't know. It's fun. I love it. But.
JT1, who do you think would win between Todd Hutchings at 230 and John Brzenk at 230? That's an interesting match. I want to
I
see
still
it.
say John because
Yeah.
I think John's hand and wrist are better, especially if his shoulder holds up. John has practiced with Todd so much, and he knows the lane to go. But Todd is tenacious. Todd's a bad dude. So if that's the case, then John Brzenk should be top 5 in North America right now overall.
Yeah. So, Levon needs special plates for his pancakes.
He's a big dude.
And
He's a big dude.
Arcs Hog 997. Hi, Michael. Are you interested about pulling John?
Oh, very much. Like I said, it would be awesome. I don't know which promotion would do it or where it would happen or whatever. So that would be a match. Like, let's say John performs very well against Devon, and then I beat Genadi, and I can't get Levon within a few months. If someone wanted to throw together me and John, I'd do that, But as far as saying I have to beat these people to get it to deserve a shot, I don't have to beat anybody to deserve a shot. I deserved the shot in May, and they wouldn't let it happen,
So Winston Smith, we haven't predicted the match between John and Devon. What do you think? Just so we're clear, if you want to do State Kings, do the opposite of Michael's predictions because he is 100% wrong to this point. Go ahead.
If it's 6 rounds, 5 rounds.
It's 6 rounds, isn't it? I thought that came in the
6.
table.
It was with us. I don't know if they've changed the rules. Shit, I don't know what's going on over there anymore. 6-0 sweep, Devon Larratt. Devon says he's going to crush him. Devon says, I won't let him win a round. I'm not going to take it easy on him. I'm going to destroy John. That's what he says. Now, is that just hype? Or does he really plan on being that version of a guy who could do that to John? Like, he did it before. He 6-0 swept him in Arm Wars 13 years ago.
Yeah,
I feel like he wants to duplicate that performance, and I don't think John wants to let it happen. But if he beats John, if he beats John's hand, There is no path for John to win.
Thank you, Stud Mud.
There is no path for John to win.
If he beats John's hand.
Yeah, because John beat Dimitri Kachin without his hand. John beat Chance with a compromised hand. Those guys are not Devon Larratt. You cannot beat Devon with a compromised hand. I've been wrist pressed him with my hand compromised, but yeah, he's not gonna do it. John gets his hand beat by Devon. He's beat.
So he's got to be full on getting that hand in shape right now.
Yes, and he knows it. He said, John doesn't do weight training. He's like, I think I need one of those multi-spinners. I need to get my cut better. You know what I'm saying? Like, John's serious about this shit. So it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I'll know more when I grab John in a few weeks. But
BT, that's actually my concern.
What? What?
I don't think I can go down this road.
Said
that Devon's level may not be what everyone believes. If he's beat by Brzenk.
If he loses to John Brzenk, you start thinking, does my level suck that bad? Or did I just have a bad day that night?
Or is Devon not in the same shape he was?
Yeah, it's a lot of variables. Like I said, all we know is on May 28th, Devon was better than me. Did he beat me just by a lot of power, or did he just beat me by a little bit of power in certain areas?
Because it can look the same.
Yeah, so all I know is
it looked like a lot.
I wholeheartedly believe the match would go completely different right now. But he did take off to box and all that stuff. So I'm a Devon Larratt fan too. So, but Devon and I were talking, and he wants to pull Levon, but he also does think that if both of us are maxed out prepared, he thinks I've got a better chance. That doesn't mean he doesn't have a chance. He just thinks I have a little slightly better chance. I want it bad.
Any plans for Devon to come train with you?
Not before John. We are trying to figure it out. He's thinking maybe he could come before my match with Genadi, or maybe after my match with Genadi to help him prepare for Levon in April. We don't know. What you got?
Okay, I can't go down this road anymore.
What is it?
BT, or was Mike that much overtrained that was that day? I can't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about
We already talked about it.
who.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So Michael wants to have a match, right? Before. Well, obviously we don't want him screwing up his right before he gets to Genadi.
I'm cool with the right hand match.
He
honestly.
is cool.
But
so tell us in the comments.
Our question is this. Go ahead.
Tell us in the comments first who you think would be a good matchup for him, right? And before Genadi, kind of like midway.
Overseas.
We're not going overseas.
Traveling
It'd have to be
overseas.
somebody that have to come here, right?
Yeah, I'm not traveling overseas.
If they want to come here, or tell us a good matchup left. Who should Michael pull left and not traveling overseas?
I've reached out to a lot of the top ranked guys here in North America, and
folks are saying Chance Shaw. Is that right? Left?
Please. I know.
Okay.
But I don't know why y'all think that's a good match for me leading up to Genadi.
Yeah.
I like Chance a lot. That's not
Cody Merritt left hand. Whoa, that's a tall order.
I have asked for that, and it's a nasty left-handed dude. Either I'm going to get my press in on him, or he might break my arm. Because if he times me perfectly and I'm coming in and he's going that way, it could hurt me because he's that strong. But the people I've asked, it was going to be for my Monster Michael Todd International. It was Thanksgiving this holiday, they couldn't do it. Cody couldn't do it then. I have not asked Dave Chafee yet. I would love for Dave Chafee to come down. I did send him a text today asking if he got his arcade game, and I don't know if he's responding because I was on airplane mode charging my phone, and now I'm on Do Not Disturb. And I've asked some of the other top guys. I have not got a response yet.
He actually put the word out to Ron Espy, but Ron Espy's injuries won't allow him.
Yeah, Ron was trying to make it happen. He's like, listen, I can't do anything before December.
There's a lot of Derek Smiths on here.
Derek's strong.
Haven't seen Jerry in a while.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I want to move with the rankings, and they've taken Jerry off the rankings.
Courage. Todd would fall asleep with Chance. Pull old boy Tim Breznan.
Well, see, Genadi did beat Tim 42. Tim beat him the first two matches. Genadi came back and beat him the next four. Ooh. But that was in 2017, so it's been a while. I don't know.
That's
10.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Smith's about to pull Tim, I think. I'd like to do it.
Levin
I mean, I'm fine
Gasparini
with it.
says, Robbie Burnett. If you're talking right, Robbie don't want that.
No, guys, that's
You don't want that heat?
That's a bad matchup for Robbie.
Yeah. Marcio Barboza. I always love when you pull Marcio.
I love hanging out with Marcio.
I love him. He is so much fun.
He's a good dude.
He really is. Dave Chafee. I like that.
Dave is a very serious opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ooh. Dave?
Could I get Dave to come down here and train with me in December, maybe? No, fuck. He can't. He doesn't even want more time off. I've asked him. He didn't have time off till after the first of the year.
Well, that sucks ass.
Yes, it does suck ass.
Well, what if he came January 1st?
That's a good one, actually.
You know?
Well, it depends on when the match is. If the match is the first week of February and I could get him here the first week of January, I would be willing to do that.
Okay. Have you talked to Dave about what Levon felt like? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he actually said there's an opportunity.
Yeah.
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 He just couldn't get the slip.
No, he needed to. He should have practiced more on slipping. And I agree. But yeah, I don't know. So left-handed, I don't know who to pull up.
Eric Spoto. Let's see how he does in this next match.
Him and that's gonna be November 13th. So
Yeah. So how do you guys think that's going to go?
I think Spotto's is gonna be a bad dude. Spotto's bad. I like Michael a lot, but fuck.
But is Spoto going to keep his elbow on the pad?
Well, he didn't keep his elbow on the pad with me because I have a lot of riser and pronation, you know,
Okay.
and up pressure. Mike doesn't pull that way. Mike's going boom, you know. Now Mike does have a decent top roll, decent. I think Spotto would shut his hand down if he tried to top roll him. I think he's gonna have to try to hook him, and when you hook a short lever like that, it's a bad day a lot of times. I just don't want anybody to get injured in that match. Now I don't know what's gonna happen because Spotto feels amazing to me.
Courage. RVJ, maybe not in good enough shape, though. That could be fun.
I mean,
That'd be fun.
Homeboy invited me to come up to that, you know.
Up to
Gould,
Maine?
Yeah.
No, that would be Massachusetts, wouldn't it?
Something. But yeah, so.
I think winner of Tim and Derek would be a good warm-up. Safe match
When
to
is
not
that
get
match?
injured
When
before
is that
Genadi.
match?
When is that match? Somebody tell us when that
I
match
don't know
is
the
because
date
we
yet,
don't
'cause
know.
I haven't seen anything announced. I just heard about it. Oh yeah, check out what is it? U.S.
Tim
Interior
Magazine.
Specialties. Awesome guys. Charles Dossett, appreciate the support, man. You've been awesome. It's been we really enjoyed having you as a brand partner. And like I said, we do have another tour coming up. We were going to be home for 6 weeks, but it just made sense with this upcoming match with Devon and John for me to, because I'm going to have to go to Phoenix anyway. It makes sense to go while John's going to be there. So we moved it up a couple weeks.
Tamer says, pull Toddzilla right. Do it for Corey West.
There you go.
Go get
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
That actually wouldn't be bad either.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that's a.
You could totally do
Because
that.
he's super strong, you know.
B. Summy, Derek Smith versus Alex Kurdecha. Can you imagine the amount of aggression?
Man, I was super impressed with Alex Kurdecha. At first, I thought Derek
He
Smith,
actually looked scary.
My God. But I mean, the dude, that's what I'm saying. We hadn't seen him since he pulled Crosby, and he looked like a different animal. He looked super, super strong.
Sean Latimer, he talked to Sean, and Sean's not interested in any super
He
matches.
says he's not really into doing super matches.
What about Matt Mask left-handed? Wild horse?
Doesn't help me much for what my goal is. I would do it, but it doesn't help. Like, it's just, I got knocked off the rankings back in 2017 because I had that really, really bad performance. I went 2 and out at the WAL in Chicago.
German man,
And then I
how
just
come
fell
you
off
don't
the
read my
rankings.
comments? I read one.
And I fell off the rankings, and it's just, I haven't done it. Like, the people I've beaten haven't been ranked, so I just never got moved back up the rankings.
Hey,
So
Michael,
there's people that the last time I arm wrestled them, I flashed them, and they're ranked ahead of me. But
Gorilla will be next to be a legend. He's got some time. You saw,
he's still a young man.
you recognize some holes.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of potential. He's helped me a lot. He's helped progress me a lot. Yeah, super cool guy.
So Kurdecha versus Merritt Lefty. There's already been talks of that happening.
There has.
Yeah. So hey, Michael, I was wondering how you feel about your chances being number one. Love hearing the passion and fire you have when you talk.
Well, I'll tell you this right now.
Ah,
I would not be
did
doing.
I miss your super chat? Really? Let me go back.
I would not be doing what I'm doing if I did not believe I could be number one. So that's why I'm all in, dude. I'm all in on this. The very best version of me is yet to come. But if something happens and I can't achieve it, then I've had a pretty good career already, so I won't ever retire. like I said in a previous thing, Devon and I talked about the funner path right now would be just to go.
I got you, J Mania.
Go ahead.
J Mania, can't wait to see Monster 2.0. But after the training, will John, will you share to us how John feels and then give us a prediction once you feel his hand? J Mania 82. I don't feel that's fair.
You talking about for betting and stuff?
I hate that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I thought we were going to release the footage, but maybe we won't.
Ron Bath says Courage Canada. Thank you so much.
Love pulling Ron. I would choose Todd or somebody if I was going to, have a legit match, not just a practice match. I'd choose Todd or somebody.
Thanks, Levin Kisperini. So Derek versus Corey is the match we want to see. I want to see that match.
Because Derek has gotten a lot bigger.
Yes, he has.
He looked. I mean, I knew he was going to win against Tom Nelson, but so I don't suck completely at the predictions because I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, that'd be a cool match. So I would love to have Derek come out for the Monster Michael Todd International. We had a lot of people there last year. We had Derek couldn't make it. Tony Thomason came. Micah Ello, BJ Fakakis, all those guys.
German Man says that I am such a doll.
She's a keeper.
And love from the land of lakes. Where's the land of lakes?
I don't know, but I like lakes.
I like lakes a lot. Dustin Paisley says Larry Wheels. If Larry wants to come here.
What are we talking about, left-handed?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Neil Pickup Lefty. Y'all like that match, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Tell them about Film Magazine.
Film Magazine is not Film Magazine out of UCLA. They are actually partnered with us. It's Film Magazine out of Santa Fe. And what they are supporting is women in sports. They've done women in snowboarding, women in wakeboarding. Now
and they're actually asking Rebecca about women in arm wrestling.
Women in arm wrestling.
And had that event went on in Sweden, first December, we were all going to be going to that.
Asshole.
That would have been cool. Me?
Why have we not talked about the freaking ladies match last night that was stupid?
Man, that Christy Resendez is jacked.
Jacked! They both are jacked.
I mean, yeah, Michelle Dugan's always jacked, but Christy Resendez is jacked.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, what about the final match? She just hold her on her bicep like
Y'all want to know why Rebecca does not arm wrestle? That
was a pretty.
That is why.
And it's just very skillful of Michelle to be able to come back from that first round. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I mean that was just some good arm wrestling IQ. She knew that she had to get her in the strap.
Right. Homegirl was strong even round 2 when she was pushing on her. And Jimmy technically could have given Michelle an intentional slip.
Yes.
Because she was denying the grip, but still, I'm glad it went to the strap. But it was nice. It was impressive.
I mean, it was very impressive. Great job, Michelle Dugan. I mean, every day of my life, y'all. Okay, so is Travis Badgett that bad at left that nobody has mentioned him?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Travis is a great match if he did something to get back on the rankings. I just want to move him up the rankings. I hate seeing my name so far down in ranking.
Y'all,
I don't think I've ever been that far down in ranking in my life.
No, they got him like, what are you, like 17th?
Fucking 18th.
18th?
I'm like,
18th, and there's people above there that you've beat.
Don't even list me if you're
please
putting
take
me in 18th.
off. Yeah.
What the hell? Chance Shaw, damn it.
Badgett retired after he saw Cody.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm good.
I want to see Mike fight Tyson Fury. Who's that?
Oh my God, no, That's the heavyweight champion of the world that just beat up Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I don't
Sean,
know that.
that's right. So instead of hashtag fuck that guy, for me, fuck that girl. I'm not doing that.
I'm telling you, I don't want to fight. Like Mike Tyson, for the right amount of money, I mean, it's got to be enough to where we don't have to work anymore.
Michael, did you hear?
No, he'll probably kill me, but at least you'll have a lot of money.
Did you hear Devon say he couldn't hear for like a week after being pounded on?
Yeah.
Being pounded on.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson's gonna hit
probably,
you.
Kill me. But
you're gonna have brains shoot
you would
out
have
the side
enough
of your
money
ear.
to be taken care of. And it'd be experience for me, I'd do it.
If you die because you got in the ring and did something stupid, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna take applications.
Females.
No.
Super hot females.
Sasquatch.
There are no other Sasquatches. But yeah, so
Courage. Eric Spotto will help with power.
Eric Spotto could be someone good to train with, but he will not come here. I'd have to go to Vegas. And we are going to Vegas, but it's like 3 weeks before, and I think that's too close.
Who besides you or Devon has a shot at Live On from Michael?
In North America?
Anywhere in the world.
Vitaly. I just don't think anyone else is close. I mean, and the thing is, I don't think Ermes is close because Ermes does not. I think the reason Devon and I are close is because we do have those sticky spots, right? And I think I have enough pronation to pull his bottom fingers off the back of my hand and crack his wrist in the strap.
It's the state of Michigan. It's the land of the lakes.
Oh yeah, Michigan was beautiful. I'm telling you what was the waterfalls we did again? Dead River Falls.
Dead River Falls.
And Marquette was spectacular.
Y'all, that was so gorgeous. Just fall after fall
Very,
after fall
pretty,
after
man.
fall.
Very pretty.
Yeah. And oops, I just missed something. Hang on. Eric Spottle will help with the powers. What Courage said. MMT versus Bart. I know I saw another one and I lost.
Somebody say, how are we getting to Turkey?
How are we getting to Turkey?
I think this. I couldn't see it.
What do they mean? How are we getting to Turkey? Oh, because we're not going overseas before then, guys.
Yeah. I don't want to have multiple international. It's just too much wearing the mask flying that far.
Yeah, we actually were so close to booking a cruise and said no.
Since talking about social distancing, like, hang on, do I have to wear a mask? And they're like, yes. I'm like, I'm not going on a cruise wearing a mask. I just can't do it, man. Ever since I had COVID, I can't breathe as well in a mask. And long mask trips are hard on me. That's why, we don't want to fly anymore. We'll just jump in the car and drive or jump in the RV and drive,
I guess I didn't meet one. Mike, if you get to pull Liv on, how much you'll be weighing?
So like I said, I got caught up with weight a lot, but I don't want to lose my confidence from my body composition just to be a heavier weight. If it does not translate to the table, if I'm not stronger, I don't want to be a lot heavier.
Yeah, this is the way my life works.
Yeah,
okay, I had a shitty day. Was that yesterday?
No, yesterday's family.
Was it the day before?
It was amazing.
It was the day before. Shut up. It was the day before I had a shitty day because he didn't like the way his shirt looked on his backpack.
I did not say anything about my shirt looking at my backpack.
Matt, tickle my limits, Larratt. When will Cody Merritt get tested left-handed? Who in the world could beat him? He deserves an overseas match as well. They're actually in the talks.
Yeah, so John's like, I think he can beat Levon. I mean, Cody is special left-handed. I probably don't want any of that, but I would take the match if my left elbow heals up and my shoulder heals up. That's what I'm hoping through all this training and supplementation that I finally get the left arm injuries healed up.
Someone said, or Nord's Dark Lord said, 18th, that's ridiculous. Should be top 5. Oh, show.
Top 5 is a lot. Yeah, I think I'm in there. I think I'm close, But what else we got, babe?
I think that we better be rounding things up because it's now 76 minutes in.
76
And you seem
minutes.
to be lacking energy. Does he seem to be lacking energy to you guys?
I haven't eaten much today. I'm really hungry.
But he really is just tired all the time again.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I don't either. Because as much pancakes as you're on, your energy level should be fine.
I should be running through like cinder block walls.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Matt. Talk to you soon.
Take care, buddy.
Is Ermes top 5? I guess we'll be finding out.
We don't know.
Well, you haven't talked about him versus Trubin. How do you think that's going to go?
I said that's a 50-50 match. I
Okay.
talked about that.
Okay.
I think Trubin's a bad dude. And people are giving a lot of stock in that Zloty pull in the overalls where Ermes, compromised Trubin's hand and had him bent wrist press and Trubin fouled out. But and Ermes was 209 and now he's 265 or something. So who knows? I like Trubin a lot.
Just your voice is like making me sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
You don't have any energy at all.
I still have to do my circuit that I didn't do this morning.
Quit it.
I'm gonna smack you.
Yeah, you give it a whirl.
Oh, you know it's coming.
I'll kill you in your sleep.
So are you, though.
Okay, Travis left it. All right, guys.
You got that one. I don't know if that was a good one. Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyways, guys, we are going to sign off. If you are just on here, be sure that you have hit subscribe and click that bell for notifications so you are notified when we go live. And what?
We have gained 2,500 subs.
Thank you,
since
guys.
last Saturday.
Thank you, guys.
Dude,
and it's
I
a lot
appreciate that so much.
A lot of WWE folks. Okay?
We are getting a lot of those.
A lot of folks following wrestling are now interested in arm wrestling. We love you too, Brian.
Hey, all you guys are on here, if you would, maybe not all of you, but if you can go take the video of me, Devon, Travis on the mic, Ron Strowman, and share that, it's like 530,000 views in like 8 days right now. That's our biggest views video. That's not a short.
Thanks,
and
Dustin.
I think it could get 1 million views if we push it hard. It's really cool. I like it. But we're only 17.5 away from that silver button that I got to hang in the gym. So I appreciate everyone for all the subs and the likes and support.
Things
it
that
really,
you
really
can
means a
do
lot.
to help our YouTube algorithms. When you see a video, be sure and give it a thumbs up and slap a comment down in there, even if all it is, hey, I'm here. Slap a comment.
Or,
Those things.
dang, Michael's biceps are huge.
Those things increase.
Oh my God, that wrist.
Interaction and
something like that.
Would you hush? Damn it.
Go ahead, baby.
Increase interaction, and YouTube sends it out to more feeds. So you can do that to help all of your channels, guys. Okay. Thumbs up. Comment down below.
Appreciate the support, guys. See y'all soon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Now they know the truth.